Namaskar from our channel. If we think of engineering as a building, then technical knowledge is its foundation. But expansion of thought is the architect. Without it, there will be a solid structure that might have fulfilled the purpose, but no vision. A technician focuses on how a system works. An engineer's thought focuses on why it works, how it fails, and how it can be made to fit to this world. It is from the expansion of thought process that separates an engineer from a technician. An engineer expands his or her thinking in changing a simple design to a robust solution. Here, expansion of thought is a positive syndrome in navigating a multidimensional problem towards a sustainable solution with a systematic approach. This should be an epitome for all engineers. It personifies his or her ability to transform an idea into a visible form. This is missing today. Vision in engineers is lacking. It is a concern. To discuss on this, we have an eminent engineering professional on our show today. And the topic of discussion is interesting. Expansion of thought and epitome of engineers is missing today. It's a long topic name, but I think the discussion will be fruitful. And our eminent guest today is Mr. Subhasis Sen. Namaskar, Mr. Sen.
Thank you, Mr. Patro.
Okay.
Welcome you.
So before we deep down into the discussion, so let me give a short introduction of you. Okay. Mr. Subhasis Sen, in his 40 years of career, has gained extensive professional experience in planning, detailed design, and engineering of different infrastructures projects all across India and internationally. His versatile exposure doesn't stop here. He exhibited his special forte in Ports and Maritime and mastered in this sector. Mr. Sen's versatile exposure in his long career in CES of about 31 years has acclaimed him as one of the very eminent engineers in the country. Since 2016, Mr. Sen is operating his consulting firm, Projectscape Engineering Consultancy Services Private Limited in Kolkata. Projectscape is involved in quality delivery of maritime and other infrastructure projects in India and subcontinent countries. Mr. Sen has been retained as the short-term consultant of the World Bank since July 2025. He did his graduation in civil engineering from BE College, Shibpur, now IIEST, Howrah. He has few publications to his credit, mainly in International Association of Bridges and Structural Engineering. His detailed profile is given in the description box. Yes, Mr. Sen. So let us go to the discussion of our topic today. Expansion of thought and epitome for engineers is missing today. Mr. Sen, my first question will be not related to the topic but on your journey. For the viewers, please let us know briefly about the story behind your journey, this great journey of 40 years.
No, my schooling level was from Ramakrishna Mission Vidyapit, Purulia.
Okay.
Thereafter, higher secondary I did from Maulana Azad College, Kolkata, and then joined BE College in Civil Engineering. Passed out in 1984.
Oh, you were 84 batch.
Yes.
Okay.
From 1984, I worked in CES Consulting Engineering Services. Continued up to 1989. Then I joined RITES.
Okay.
And there I continued up to 1997.
Okay.
And then the RITES I continued up to 1994. During that tenure, I was posted in Mozambique for the supervision of a cable-stayed bridge.
Okay.
After returning from Mozambique, my family situation was not that, so I was compelled to come down to my hometown, Kolkata, and rejoin CES.
Okay.
Since then, till 2015, I continued working in CES. In between, for an year, I was in Malaysia with Monshell, and from 2016 onwards till now, I have started my boutique consultancy for the planning and design of the port structures and port and maritime structures. In addition, from July 2025, World Bank retained me as a short-term consultant,
Okay.
and that also I am continuing. So this is so far as my journey of employment is concerned. But during this period, commencing from 1984 until 2000, I worked in the bridges and flyovers.
Okay. These sectors.
Totally bridge sector. So
Yeah.
I was a bridge man that time. After 2000, my boss put me into the marine structures, and since then, I'm in the marine structures.
So you are a marine guy.
And now I'm a marine man. I started my career with the designing of the Howrah side interchange of the second Hooghly Bridge, and I started my journey of marine structures with the design of the Salalah port structures.
Okay, in Salala.
Yes,
Okay.
in Salalah, Oman.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is in short about my career, you can tell.
This is called what is versatile exposure.
And I worked during this period in Oman. I worked extensively, and then I worked in Bangladesh for about 2 years as for a World Bank project. Then I worked for the Maldives. Then I did some project for Mauritius. So these are the apart
Okay.
from Mozambique, my project.
Great, Mr. Shen. So let us come to the subject today, topic today.
Okay.
You have been in the industry for about 40 years. How you see the decadal shift in pattern or the approach of the engineers in dealing an engineering problem?
Actually, what happens? There is a if I separate my total 40 years, if you look into the total 40 years, I need to separate it into 3 blocks.
3 blocks. Yeah. Why?
One block is up to 1989,
Why?
when there was no computer in our table nor
Okay.
in our office, where we used to do all by hand manually using only calculators. When the design calculations were handwritten in the tracing that design
Yeah.
pad with pencil and eraser. Then the drawings were in tracing and ammonia print, so we used to correct it by the red and blue pencils. That correct one should be strike out with blue, and incorrect one by red, and all everything we have to written from top left to the bottom right.
The correction procedure.
Correction procedure. Now, this journey, if I look into this will, to attend our duties, it was a necessity for us, all the engineers, to visit library, create his own library, look for a good design document, study the document on a day-to-day basis, and raise the knowledge on every day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was very difficult to attend the task and to complete it within time. So this is one period.
So every day you are enhancing your knowledge.
It is necessity for a design, because those days nothing was in hand. So I
Yeah,
have to look for. Now from 1990 until 1995, this was a very transition period. What happens? Computers started coming in. Every department was having computer. Some office was having a computer center or some computer room. So limited design was by computer,
Yeah.
and but the output was basically the submittals were basically like handwritten, although some portion was by computer. What happens in this period? The engineers shift their concentration to learn the operation of computer.
Okay.
first, and the limited softwares, particularly the inputs, idealization related to that. At the same time, engineers were looking for adaptability of the same, that means computer, in their engineering calculation, vis-a-vis producing the correct document to the satisfaction of all.
Okay.
So this is the second part of the, you can call it an
Transition
period.
Okay.
Now, from 1990 until 1995, we were having computers in departments. And some offices, they were having a computer room and for special usage. What was there? Calculation, limited calculations were done in computer. But the product, that means deliverables, were in looks like handwritten document. It should be. Computer use was mainly for word processing and data processing, not much engineering usage. During this tenure, the engineers shift their concentration to learn more about the operation of the computers and little about software, whatever was available. That is on one side, and on the other side, they were looking for the adaptability of the same in their engineering calculation, so that the deliverables are well accepted. Now, after 1995, this has become a practice till now. Every seat should have a computer. And after 1995, there is a flow of softwares on a subject basis. So, learning of software was the demand, and to convince the client about the product using software was a challenge. So, during this period, what happens? Engineers concentrated then to learn the subject specific software only, visit to library, look for previous good design, and raising their knowledge was hovered only within the boundary of the software.
Obviously.
Not to the total subject, that what software can do and all those things. So these are the three things which I have noticed has changed the engineering professionals, particularly in civil engineering, maybe in other engineering as well. From their thought process has been degraded over the time, and because of usage of software, how to use software more and to learn the software more become an increasing curve. So this is my
and the knowledge towards the course subject has become a
naturally you are now hovering within the software only. So you are not looking into the left and right. You are very focused onto that software. Now, unless you are compelled to look into the others. Now I can give you few example. One example I am showing you. When the national highway work started for the east-west corridor or the four laning of east-west corridor or the golden quadrilateral, there is a major change from 12 meter to 25 meter. The roadway has been widened. Now earlier in our country, every kilometer was having a culvert of 1 meter dia, 750 millimeter dia. Now those days 12 meter, so it was not that so critical. But the moment 25 meter it was become a critical, because if anything goes in, any animal goes in, and if he is not able to come out appropriately, then it will be very difficult to take that thing out. So when these questions started coming in, It took few years to question study because people were using software. Existing bridge culvert is having, put another culvert, so no one was raising questions. So the thought process was not there at all. Another example I faced in Samakhyali Gandhidham 4-laning project, that perhaps the fast 4-laning project of the NHAI, where I find a bridge has been proposed adjacent to an existing bridge.
Okay.
But on one side, bridge is there, existing bridge. On the other side, it is a cultivation land. I find, where is the stream? I find it is 25-meter away. So what happens actually? In those days, skew bridge was not possible to design by hand. So people used to do design right angle bridges and adjust the channel locally.
Yeah, at the side level.
At the site level.
Yeah.
But here, no one looked into the channel. People looked into the bridge should be built adjacent to existing bridge. And channel is away. When I asked the project manager, he was reluctant to accept that, and he started consulting many people. But finally, they built the bridge at the same way, at the same place. They say, "Pani apna mapik behelte rahega" during flood. So this is the two examples I am giving, that how thought process is getting less importance in this era, because we are having a huge demand of supply. That means the huge demand of the project demand. On one hand, we have the equipment like computer, which is having a huge potential, but we can use that potential only when we apply our knowledge into that appropriately. So
You have told the demand side and the supply side.
supply side means, I am telling you, the supply side means those who are designing, they are delivering. Now we are creating good documents, good drawings, because we are doing in computer, AutoCAD, colorful drawings. But the technical strength of those drawings are not well tested.
Okay.
Because of the copy and paste technology, because of checking of drawings. Like earlier days, every people need to check from top left to bottom right, and those check prints were kept in the office. But nowadays, even if it is checked, the practice is not that foolproof, because the demand is very big. You have to submit on such and such date.
Target basis.
So drawings are coming out like a production house.
Okay, manufacturing house.
It is a manufacturing house. It is like coming manufacturing house. And so these problems are coming. Small dia culverts for 30 meter, 25 meter. Skew bridges are not designed for skew, not looking into the site. There are other examples, many other examples, but it is not that. It is not happening.
That is a
good structures are also happening. So I was asked to design a bridge in Islampur, I remember, an ROB. It was having some limitation. On one end there was a river bridge, on the other side there were certain crossings. So we have to build the bridge level to a certain level. At the same time, rail need to give. But there we create, and the crossing is a skew crossing of 60 degree. But there we did a solution. An engineering solution came out, of course, after deliberation of many thoughts.
Yeah, of course.
So these were very selective. But in general, that thing is absent now.
Great. You often say that expansion of thought, which should be an epitome for an engineer, is missing today. For our viewers, would you please elaborate your observation, mainly with examples, if possible?
Now, actually, if you remember what happens in the total engineering profession from 1998, late 1997, There is an enormous demand of qualified, intelligent people in the software sector.
Yeah.
So, what happens from 1998? Software sector recruited engineers from all facets of engineering for their Y2K issue.
Mm.
They offered better price, better remuneration. They offered better environment for the work. So the core engineering able to receive the residual. Intelligent blocks were missing in the core engineering. At the same time, in civil engineering, the transformation, as I said earlier, from traditional engineering method to the computerized design was also on during that period, because computers were gradually started coming into the table. During the same period, if you remember, the government put a huge investment into the infrastructure sector when this north-south corridor, golden quadrilateral, NHI, establishment of NHI and project started. All this, along with availability of the computer, forced the technocrat and the administrator raise their expectation level.
Oh.
They thought that by saying you can get overnight, so the delivery times were reduced considerably, and the deliverable quality precision was also very stringent. So quality requirement vis-a-vis the delivery time, on account of that, force the civil engineers to forgive the thought process
Oh, yes.
to create excellent design. And the commencement of copy paste technology happens.
Okay.
Taking all into this, as I said previously, the core engineering used to receive the residual block of intelligent block was missing. This talent quality of the new entrants was not that conducive to learn the engineering practice on one hand and the transformation of computer design on the other hand within this small duration. So
Yes.
all these things created a trouble to the engineering profession's thought process.